Welcome, 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 welcome. Sunday fun day, football Sunday, and all of the above. Good morning, good evening, and good night. For all those who, and whatever time you may catch this, I'm the Final Boss, and this is the Final Boss podcast, brought to you by our Trinity Entertainment, our Trinity Music Group. Before we get into tonight's session, episode number 35, leveraging social media for business success, I got a few admin notes to get out. This is episode number 35, and on our way to 50, episode 50. Episode 50 is going to be a big marker for us here. And our disclosure, or disclaimer, I should say, this is for entertainment purposes only. Listen, before I get into tonight's show, there's a lot going on, right? A lot going on in the world. America just had our election for the 47th president. There are conflicts all over the globe. Crazy natural phenomenon for weather and disasters. And for the most part, people are uneasy. Listen, ground yourself, sit still, get quiet, meditate. Everyone is going through it. And before you start dumping your problems on someone else, you should ask yourself, how does this person feel? Do they have the capacity to take on whatever you're delivering? Are they mentally and readily available to you? Everybody's going through it in some capacity. This isn't a social thing. It's not an economic thing. It may be more of a social economic thing that everyone is going through, but for the most part, everyone is going through it. Health, uh, financial, family. People are questioning their spirituality. There's a lot going on. So before you start to dump or console or convey, just take a sit back and ask yourself, not only can you handle it, but the person you're trying to send a message to or you looking to have counsel with, are they available mentally? Because everybody's not there. Everyone's not there. So I impress upon you to make sure that your people are okay before you decide to dump on them. Make sure your people are okay, people. I hope everyone had a great week this week. It's been a stressful week, to say the least, but I hope everyone got through this week and is ending it on a great happy note. The weather has been kind to us, and it's been very mild. Here on the East Coast, it's been very mild, and it's been uh it's been enjoyable. So I hope everyone has had a chance to get out and get some fresh air, um, get some of the good sunlight that the good sun has been providing for us. And I hope you take time to reflect. These are great moments. A diamond is only made under pressure, right? These challenges that we are currently facing as a whole, any challenges that you're facing, nothing is easy. You're going to come out on the other end better. I always say either there's three concepts of what you may be going through. You're either entering a storm, you're in a storm, or you're coming out of a storm. All three of them, you're going to eventually come out of it, and you're going to come out of it better. The challenges and everything that you may be going through is only preparing you for the future. It's only preparing you to be better. That pressure is going to make a diamond out of you. We're all going to be shining at the end. Trust me. If you believe it, I believe it. We all believe it. Trust me in that. We're all going to come out as diamonds at the end of the day. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in. So you just hold gracefully. Stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. That's the answer. That's the answer. Stay prayed up. Calm your mind, calm your spirit. If you find that the level of stress is unbearable, take a walk. Indulge in something you love. Take a walk. Go to the gym. Gyms are and taking walks are great for rebuilding that inner spirit. And that inner spirit, and while you're doing that, meditate. Do a meditation walk. While you're in the gym, talk to yourself. Rebuild that confidence that lets you know that everything's going to be okay. Because ultimately it is. Ultimately it is. We have weathered many storms. We've been weathering storms since birth. Just think about that. And I'm not talking. This is messages for everyone. It's not for uh, any particular group of people. It's for everyone. We're all human at the end of the day, and anything that you're going through, you can be the change. You can be the change and be the change agent. Be the change agent not only for you, be a change agent for others. That's where the best capacity for empowering others comes. Be a change agent for others. It doesn't have to be financial all the time. Kind words. I spoke in the beginning when I first started this, and here we are on episode 35. I said words have power, and you're here. I said that, didn't know it was going to start trending. I said that back, I think my first episode was back in May, June time frame. And that was probably episode number 3. Said words have power. You hear it's trending. A lot of people are always talking about words have power. Words have power. Pay attention to what is being said, not what you think they said. Pay attention to what's being said, because the author that is speaking is speaking what they're conveying. It's you who is misinterpreting. Stop misinterpreting what people say. They telling you in your face what they mean. They're telling you exactly what they are saying, but you are interpreting it to convert your narrative. Stop doing that. Stop trying to justify and convince your mind that what people are saying is, and make it fit into your narrative. Stop doing that. Stop doing that, man. It's people say what they mean, and they mean what they say. It's your interpretation. So those are my admin notes that I needed to get out of the way. It's already 12 minutes in, and we got a long show tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. Like I said before, this is episode 35. And tonight's episode is leveraging social media for business success. Now, I've owned a few businesses, and at the break of or the birth of social media as we know it, I at the time owned a record label, and in this record label, there were a lot of record labels popping up in this area, and I did a business analysis of what everyone was doing, and I said, you know what? Nobody is leveraging social media. Nobody's leveraging social media and utilizing it to market not only their music, the artists, but the brand itself. This class right here, this is branding 101. This is what I'm giving you tonight, branding 101. And in it, I had a website built. My website was the web people were from India. Big huge time difference, but we were able to come up with something great and magnificent. And with that website for the record label, the servers mainly were pointing in India and Southeast Asia, Southwest Asia, and on my end, I would promote here and have things targeted in America. We're gonna talk about target audience and targeting customers later on. But I quickly started noticing. So once you have that platform, the website, I start plugging it into social media, and with our PR people, the different EPKs that we had developed with target links, target audiences, all that stuff was pointing to the areas I wanted it to point to. But the servers were being pointed overseas. And I started noticing our numbers were skyrocketing. This was before anybody was talking about bots and things of that nature. I'm quite sure bots were out there, but this was organic. But you know, the population over there is greater than what we have here, and to see that you have an American-based label that's being promoted over there, man, our numbers started skyrocketing right off the back. Some of the sites and traffic we were receiving were 100K easily. I know social media, uh, the social media business site I had on FB, I think at its height it was at around 55,000. Right now it's still holding at around 35,000. And I'm now tapping in into that audience again because it's still there. And people still comment, people are still surprisingly, people are still listening to that music. So I need to go look and see where those royalty checks are. Just joking. But I say that to say your business in today's, you want to be successful in 2024, your business needs to be branded. Your business not only needs to be branded, but you need to have some level of social media marketing and have marketing dollars available and understanding your target audience. Well, we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. So that was one example. I had the grand idea to brand myself. So at the time, everyone knew me as Turbo, and I said, "Hey, I'm a CEO, and I've been a CEO for a while." Like, "Oh, Turbo, the CEO, okay, I'll create a brand for that," and I started creating a brand for that. Wash, rinse, repeat. I drew out the blueprint, and I just kept washing, rinsing, repeating. I all this was related to the record label, and this is how businesses create other businesses based off a need. From the record label, which was branded, and I was doing marketing on. Then I branded myself. Then I was branding my artists, and this is Twitter was heavy back then as well, and we had a significant Twitter presence also. So from iTrinity website to social media platforms, all the music sites, the Reverb Nation, all those other sites like that. It was a continuous cycle of constant pushing, constant marketing from the artist, the record label, myself. We when we were doing shows, people were asking for merch. Start handing out merch, T-shirts, things, things like that. Then we started. I said, said now we're branding. Let's let's create another stream of business. And voila, here you have it. At Trinity Wear. So from the record label to the artist to branding of myself to the clothing line for the merch. And the birth was our Trinity Wear. This is our Trinity Wear hoodie that I have now. And this is great quality. I've had this particular hoodie for at least, and it's great. No napping it up, no discoloration. It hasn't shrunk, and it still feels amazing. I had this since probably 2017, 2017, 2018, something like that. It's still good, still good. And the merch is coming back. Just to let you know, the merch is coming back. So, label, artist, clothing line, social media. All of that became different streams that was bringing in income off of one base business. And then from there, people saw what I was doing, like, hey man, help me out. Now I'm able to consult. Then from consulting, they people saw how we were doing on social media. Hey, can you help us out with our we're trying to build our social media presence. Can you help us out? Not a problem. There's a such thing in the music industry called galvanizing, and a lot of artists do it. They galvanize each other. If this artist is trending and this artist needs some help to get back on to get back popular, or if the new artist needs some help for the bigger push, it's they're galvanizing audiences. So you have this artist who has his audience who's never heard of this artist, and this artist over here has never heard of that artist. Now they coming together, they're galvanizing each other's artists, and now they're doubling listeners, right? This is music business talk. And from there, of course, the music, the shows, the clubs. I threw on my own tour. People don't know that I did. You can probably, I don't know if it's still out there, but it was Googleable at one point. A good buddy of mine who was my he was my manager at the time for a lot of the artists, Mike. I can't think of Mike's last name, but Mike helped me put on a Mid Atlantic tour, and this was this was out of pocket. We did a Mid Atlantic tour where we would go up and down uh the East Coast from Philly to the last show. I think we went to as far as Atlanta, the Mid Atlantic tour we did. Yeah. So man, that was great times, but off of just one business. And that came from marketing and utilizing different marketing strategies. Every artist had their own brand. Every artist had their own logo. All this stuff was trademarked. I still have those trademarks. They were trademarked. The music was trademarked, um, and the music was published. And I have the publishing paperwork for all that stuff. So let's fast forward. We're going to fast forward to tonight's show, and I'm just walking you guys down to let you know I do know what I'm talking about. So leveraging social media for business success. Um, we're going to be exploring the intersection of business and social media. Social media has transformed the way companies market their products and how they're able to connect with audiences. You're Everyone's doing it. Everyone is doing it. So you want to be successful in marketing, I would put a social media plan together if if you're trying to be an entrepreneur or you recently started a business. Um, we're going to be diving into effective strategies for social media brand marketing and identifying best platforms and discuss how to target your audience effectively. And we talked about that. I want to drink some coffee so bad. It's sitting right here, and I really want to take a sip. But these social media platforms, they don't want you drinking. They real funny, and they're real funny. So we just gonna hold off. I got I got a good uh 35 minutes of talking. So hopefully I can make it through. But that the coffee is calling my name, just sitting right here beside me. um, you're probably wondering why is social media crucial for businesses today? You're probably wondering that. You're probably wondering what are some of the statistics regarding social media usage in business. These are some of the questions that we're going to be asking, right? And I know y'all like, where's my notes? I got a few notes, but for the most part, this is I know business, so a lot of it is. and this big brain here. So social media provides platforms for businesses to reach a broader audience. Now with social media, the world is smaller. Like I was telling you earlier about the record label, we had listeners in India. We had listeners in uh, Vietnam, Cambodia, all over, and it was crazy. And that's when I began to understand and see what social media can really be used for. And this was then. This was 2010, right? It's not where we are now, where people are getting paid for posting content, and people are making some decent money on here. You have some top 1%ers who are making hundreds of millions of dollars, but for a few average citizens who like to post, you can make a decent piece of change here posting content. Like anything else, you need to learn the rules and the parameters of how to do it, and each social media site is different from the other. So there's criteria that you have to meet on each one to meet and be able to monetize, because everybody wants to monetize, but it's not as simple as you think, and it can be exhausting sometimes. Look, I get tired of posting sometimes. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, I don't feel like it. I'm just sometimes I'm not in the mood, But um, the young people, they love it. I'm nothing against you guys. You guys are doing magnificent things. I'm not targeting you or speaking against you. I'm just saying us older folk don't like to post as often, but there's benefits in posting more often. It's just an adjustment. So, um, yeah, wanted to get that out the way. So, because of the internet and social media, the world is smaller now. Instead of being able to just touch your core markets, which is usually a 5 to 10 mile radius from where you are, without using major marketing dollars and having access to radio promo or having access to TV promo, your core is going to be boots on the ground, um, flyers, boots on the ground campaigns. That's what we call it, boots on the ground campaigns. The boots on the ground campaigns is you got a team, you're out and you're pushing whatever you're selling. I hate to say it like that, but pretty much that's what it is. And your 5 to 10 mile radius, depending on where you live, you're only going to be touching maybe 20,000, 30,000 people. If you're able to uh, get in with some of these other businesses, maybe they would you can do some comps and dual campaigns and partnerships. But for the most part, that's going to be your audience. Now, with social media, you have billions of people at your fingertips. Billions of people at your fingertips. And so we've become this huge community now, right? We've become this huge community. So it has widened your audience significantly. You're able to engage directly with customers from overseas. I got a message the other day from somebody in China. I talked to part of my marketing team right now. I think they're some of them in India. I think. Yeah, some of them in India. I want to say that. Or on that, they're on that side of the world. So and I love dropping statistics. I love dropping statistics. I love having reference points where you can go do your own research, because I'm all about dropping crumbs, man. I'm gonna drop these crumbs. You're gonna pick the crumbs up and you can eat them, but I can't make you eat them. Just like I can lead you to the water, can't make you drink it. But according to 2023, over 4.7 billion people utilize social media worldwide. The audience represents a vast market potential for businesses. Social media has allowed cost-effective uh, cost-effective ways for marketing, according to what you probably would pay if you were doing TV campaigns, ad campaigns, magazine campaigns. What else? Radio promo campaigns. At one point, these were very, very expensive. I believe the cost have dropped significantly because of social media. Because through social media, you're able to have a broader audience, and you can tailor it. Like a lot of people don't know that you can tailor your post and your marketing to a specific audience. So to get you the best bang for your buck. But marketing through social media isn't expensive, not at all. Not compared to those other outlets. And you're allowed to get real time results, talking to real time people right then and there about your brand and creating loyalty and trust with the people who are interested in your brand. The trust is where uh, my big cuz, shout out to him, Johnny Rio, used to say, um, like me, trust me, do business with me. That's a, that's a golden mantra. If you like me, you trust me, do business with me. Right? Shout out to Johnny Rio for that tidbit. Thank you, sir. Um, a lot of people are asking. I know I find myself now that I have jumped onto the TikTok bandwagon. I'm a little late, but TikTok, or Talk of the Tick, I'm gonna say, or TT. That's what people say. TT. TT is a great platform, especially for content creators. You will find that more people on TT will endorse, support, and back you um, more than some of the other sites. And I think they're number two. I don't have the statistics in front of me, but I think they're number two as far as content creation payouts. I think YouTube is number one, but we probably get into that a little bit later. Some of the best social media sites you know of is Facebook, of course, and they have target ads, they have community building, and it's cost efficient. Instagram, who's owned by Facebook, same, but is utilized differently. It's a visually driven platform, um, and it's mostly selling imagery and everything, fashion, food, lifestyle, etc. So that's how they're different. A lot of go to for business to business marketing, people use LinkedIn. LinkedIn is used for networking, recruiting, industry discussions, podcast platforms. There's a lot of benefits of utilizing LinkedIn. I have LinkedIn set up, but I haven't ventured onto LinkedIn to push this particular product or the podcast. So it's something I'm looking to do in the future. Then you have X, um, formerly known as Twitter. They have constant updates, customer interaction, and you get a real time connection with audience. Now, I think I'm not going to say that. But X is crazy. That's all I'm gonna say about X. TT is a powerful tool, and I spoke on that earlier. Um, and the great thing about TT is that you're able to reach a younger audience because you you have different age brackets on there, but it's a lot of youth on there, so you can target and create ads um, for them as well. So sometimes certain posts you have to be 18 and over, and it has to be justified. But there are ads on there also that can reach a younger audience. A lot of these different social media sites, they have a they're marketed towards a certain age group. We all know what young people say about Facebook. that's that's the old people social media site. That's what they say. They call us old for using Facebook. But e- each one of those social media sites are known for what they're known for, and you hear the talks. I don't have to go into that. Um, you you probably wondering how can your business, if you're a business owner, create a strong brand presence through marketing, social media marketing, where you can focus on your imagery. You can focus on the identity of your brand. You can focus on what your brand means to the community and how you can help the community. You can do all of that through social media, creating a strong presence. Um, and that's with anything. I think that just utilizing social media just for chatter. I think in this day and age, I think we're getting past that. Um, it should be utilized for content creation, and you should definitely be getting paid for it. It's something to look into. You should definitely and not make it your sole thing to do. You know, nobody has that type of time. But if you're on there, you may as well, right? Right. That's what I thought. You're on there, you may as well. Um, you come up with different content strategies. See what's trending. See how your brand or business, because you're getting real time feedback. See how it reflects exactly what you're doing, exactly what your business is doing, exactly what your brand stands for. You know, um, engagement is important. Engage with your customers. That's what it's here for. It's two-way communication. Engage with your customers. People tell you a lot of these different groups that you make, especially content creation groups, they're always pushing engagement, engagement, engagement. They say engagement gets you paid. Go out there and engage. When people make comments on your statuses, talk to them. You know, talk to the people. If they're taking the time out to say something on your post, give them the respect and say something back. It doesn't have to be anything uh, long or extensive. Just give them it, send them back an emoji, something. Just don't leave people hanging out there if they took the time out to say something on your post. And you know, I try to pride myself, especially on birthdays. Birthdays are crazy. Birthdays, I call Facebook the birthday, the birthday and get well social media site, because everybody shows up for everybody's birthday. And I try to, and good habit, respond back to all the birthday messages. It can be overwhelming. Trust me. It takes days sometimes to get through all those birthday wishes. And um eventually I do get through it. But I pride myself in doing that, because I feel like if you took the time out to say happy birthday to me, then I could take the time back to say thank you and respond. I know sometimes it can be a little overwhelming, or you don't have time, and you do a blanket, and that's cool too. Nobody's judging. We're too easily and too busy judging. Just keep it moving. It's not that serious. Just keep it moving. Um, you can build partnerships on through social media, branding partnerships. Uh, you, when you tag another business, especially on Instagram, tag another business, a business that you may be affiliated with. Sometimes you can receive affiliate dollars. Depending on if you post something and you're a part of their affiliate campaign, you get percentages back from the products that you post or that you're associated with. But you have to be a part of their affiliate campaign to do that. But that's uh that's something easy to set yourself up with. You just got to do the research for it. But all of it's doing research. You don't realize how much research you do on not only these platforms, but we're literally just walking around with information at our fingertips. We're constantly researching. We're at a point where we're always fact checking. We've become little researchers for the most part. Some of us, anyway. Some of us who don't believe what we're being told. We're like, yeah, that didn't sound right. Let me go do something. So we've become little researchers and little librarians all at the same time. And that's across the board for everything. We research everything. And the kids, they research everything. You say something wrong to wait, a kid, they go, wait, hold up. Let's go see what the Google says. And they're ready to disprove what you say right there and have a full blown out debate with you. It's hilarious to me. But that's making us smarter, right? That's making us smarter, because if there was information provided and you didn't understand the information, now you can look up the information and it's at your fingertips. Now you know the information. Yeah. So I said this before on a series I did not too long ago. This is a three-way communication device. Three-way. You learn from it learns from you, and then the big cloud where all the information goes and is stored is learning from all of it. Hence AI. But we've had that conversation too. You see how everything is kind of like intertwined with one another? It's all the same. It's all a big web, the Internet of Things, the big web. Um, but back to our topic at hand. When you're doing social media, you got to understand your audience. You got to understand your markets and who is intended for. Because our Trinity wear is not for everybody. And I appreciate those who did make a purchase and supported that Trinity Wear brand, but it's not for everybody. Some people have their own views on what they buy and what they will not buy. And I'm not mad at that. I'm a businessman. I understand. Everybody doesn't wear Nike. Everybody doesn't wear Crocs. I'm not a Croc wearer, so I get it. And people have their relationships with their brands that they believe in. You know, um, and that's everything, head to toe. Watch, headphones, the laptop, computer that you may be using. Some people buy Apple products, and that's all they buy. Some people are strictly like they buy Android products. It's whatever brand that you believe in, and the brand that uh, um, you have some type of relationship with. So understand your brand and the products, and your audience. Um, you got to do an analysis. When I first had the record label, I was doing analysis on the demographics of the area, the DMV. I was looking at interests. I was looking at online behaviors. Always looking at online behaviors and seeing what's trending. And and you really, it's not as important as it is now, as it was. But back then, hashtags were a way to really get your post some legwork, some movement, and um, it still can be used today. Sorry about that. It's still being used today, but it's it's not as prominent as it once was. Um, I still use hashtags. I'm a creature of habit, so I still use hashtags. I enjoy hashtags. I can use them as reference points because you can see the metrics on the hashtag. So um, I like hashtags, but to each his own. Businesses need to understand their demographics. Um, Tools like Facebook, they have insights. Twitter have analytics. Google has analytics. They provide invaluable information about customer interactions with not only the products and your website, but those hashtags I was just talking about too. Um, Running targeted ad campaigns. Making sure you understand your target audience. 18 to 35, 18 to 65, 65 and above. Understanding your target audience. Do market testing. And one of my favorite that I always do with everything I do, SWOT analysis. Understanding your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It's probably something, if you're not a business person and you're looking to get into business, that's something that'll take you a long way. Understanding SWOT analysis and what it's used for. I'm getting tangled up right here. Y'all gotta forgive me. Strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Great for making analysis for anything that you're doing. It's a good thing to put in your toolbox for life. Trust me. Even making decisions is a great tool. Um, how how often people always ask me, man, you post a lot. You How often as a business owner should you post? I don't believe there's a set one size fit all in that. Um, but posting at least several times a week. Like for instance, this podcast, I post, I post, I have shows twice a week. I do a commercial for each show. Then I post the show afterwards. And um during the week, I would throw an advertisement out there in reference to the podcast. So that's that's at least 5 or 6 times a week just for the podcast. So this is no set method, but at least once or twice a week. Um, but you got to understand that there are time frames where and you can Google this. There's time frames where you should be posting if you're trying to catch an audience. Each social media site is different. I find that okay, I'm not giving you my business secrets, but that's something for you to look into if you're looking to post your business. There's different time frames where you should be constructing those ads and pushing them out. Don't just haphazardly just say, "Hey, I'm gonna create this ad and I'm gonna let it go right now." No, there's a time for it. So, and look at the not only the time, but look and see who's on. There's demographics for that. Look and see who's on, and cater and tailor your ads to those people at that particular time. Um, it's important to maintain engagement, making sure that you're communicating with your potential customers or your customers that are existing. That's key. You got to have those engagements. Um, y- you'd be surprised what role um, customer feedback plays in your business, especially now because everybody can go on sites like Yelp or different business sites where um, your businesses may be registered and leave feedback, and that can hurt. That can win or hurt your business. So you have to have good engagements and good feedback. Feedback is crucial, especially in today's market. We're using communication tools. This is a communication tool. uh, your phones, everything is a communication tool. So if you're not giving adequate feedback, you're not communicating. That's the wrong answer. And as we would say in the military, that's a no go at this station. You're a no go. You need to be communicating and engaging with your customers and potential customers. Uh, you can provide insights. It gives you feedback, insights. You can get rate different rating schemes, customer satisfaction, and areas of possibly making improvement. There graphs. There's metrics for everything. Everything's a metric. You, I was having a conversation earlier with my mom and Fred about metrics and including this election space they're in. Everything's metrics. If it's spoken, it's a metric can't follow. It's something that you should check out. Respond to your people. It demonstrates customer. You value the customer. You're creating a relationship. Yeah, you're fostering in loyalty. Um, a lot of businesses make a lot of mistakes on social media. Uh, Common mistakes are being inconsistent with branding, not engaging enough. We already talked about that. Um, you can over promote, and I've seen that. Like you don't saturate your brand by over promotion. There is a such thing as over promotion. People get to the point where I'm tired of seeing that. Like and they move on to something else. It's so many different products out there. There's you have to find your own little niche and your own little pathway of how you want to conduct marketing and posting. You in order for you to do that, you have to understand your audience. You have to understand your customers. Uh, they have metrics for example. They have metrics for and I like utilizing. TT for when I post older episodes, I could see how long they viewed. And on TT, it's typically not because of the age range or the demographics of the age on there. You typically see they would view something for a few seconds, but they always like it. Always. Sometimes on TT they'll like it before they even see it, and you'll go back and look at your metric like, how did I get 10,000 likes that fast? And because they once you meet your certain criteria, it's like going through different levels, right? You reach 300 people, now you go through the next ceiling. You reach 1,000 people, you go through the next ceiling, so forth and so on. That's how they go viral over there. But it's very easy to go viral over there. I have a post over there that has 53,000 likes and like 1,400 comments. It's all numbers, and you're like, a lot of people don't I don't care about that. I don't care about it's a business. And if you're running a business, you should care. You should care about the metrics. You should care about what your numbers are doing on these platforms, especially if you're utilizing them for branding purposes, whether you're branding yourself or you're branding your business or a product or assisting somebody else and branding their products and their business. Metrics are important. Metrics are important. Metrics rule the world. I'm not gonna get into that, but metrics rule the world. And neglecting your metrics can hurt your business because you're missing out on opportunities. You're missing out on ways that you can improve your business. In conclusion, as I wrap this up, remember social media is a powerful tool for business, for personal, for brand growth, for engagement, for marketing strategies. Make sure you're staying informed. Be adaptable. You have to be adaptable and open minded. Open minded. You got to stay open minded. Gone are the days of being closed minded, especially as a business owner. Um, you never know what kind of feedback a customer can provide that can assist you in your business. And with that, that's concluding our topic for tonight, leveraging social media for business success. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back on Tuesday. Hopefully, Big Mike will be with us. Get him back on here. And we're gonna always have a good time. The Sensei, yes. Hopefully, he will be back on Tuesday. Again, like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. I can't stress that enough. We're on episode 35. I'm doing some research as we speak to branch out to several other platforms. We're going to be everywhere. It's coming. We're going to be everywhere. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in. And now my sound wants to act up. It's like the universe is telling me, hey, buddy, that's your hour. It's time to go. Okay, universe, I get it. Got you. But I enjoy this, man. I enjoy dropping these nuggets. I enjoy giving you guys these breadcrumbs, leading you to the water. You know, I don't. If I'm on, like I always say, if I'm only able to assist one individual, one person, where I can make a difference in their life, or I'm giving them and providing some information for them that they can learn from, that can utilize and can be of an assistance, then I've done my job. I've done my job. And I enjoy doing this. I really, really do. And thank you, everyone. Again, I can't thank you enough for tuning in. Go check out the other 34 episodes that are on YouTube. It's funny. You can see the level of progression. And people, I've had a conversation where people were like, why don't you just make the perfect product first? No, I didn't want to make the perfect product first because this has been a learning curve. I wanted to learn through the process and show you the process as I'm learning through the process also. So you can see where we started to where we are. That gives it more value, in my opinion, and provides an element of authenticity. Everything now is all about authenticity and transparency. Authenticity and transparency. So go on to YouTube, youtube.com/ the final boss _podcast, like, share, subscribe, and watch the other 34 episodes. I'm not bringing you guys no foolishness. We don't do riffraff over here. We just dropping nuggets. We're dropping nuggets and dropping breadcrumbs. That's what we do. Can't get with the other stuff, man. It's just not in my nature. I don't have it in me. Never have, never will. But I will drop some knowledge. Knowledge is power. And I love some power. Knowledge is power. Reach one, teach one. Iron sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron. And with that being said, that's our show tonight. Y'all have a wonderful week. I'll be back on Tuesday. Same turbo channel. Same turbo time. 9 p.m. Eastern time. And that's it, folks. Peace, love, and hair grease.